A fitting work for the poor youth of Nairobi was a felt need when Salesians of Don Bosco, a Catholic missionary congregation, came to establish itself in East Africa. Salesians of Don Bosco is a religious society catering for the education of the poor youth, and it is present in 132 countries worldwide. Reverend Father Tony D'Souza was the superior of the delegation of the Salesians of Don Bosco in East Africa when it started in the year 1981.
We went to the Cardinal, and the Cardinal liked the idea very much, and he offered a place, and he offered us Karen. And we were very impressed by this big piece of land that he gave us for that purpose. And so the idea came, and then we are looking for a starting point. Who would take care of it?
Reverend Father Mark Ferran, a member of the Salesians of Don Bosco in Ireland, had come to Kenya on a vacation in the year 1983. While on holiday, he was asked to make a research of the conditions of the youth in Nairobi and to recommend what he thought would be best approach in starting a work for the youth in the capital of Kenya, Nairobi. Mark Ferran, accompanied by Father Thomas Punchakunel, the administrator, started touring the city.
As you saw the slums of Mathare Valley, we passed through into Andorra area. He was very enthusiastic. He says this is an ideal place for a work for poor youth and abandoned youth.
He was utterly amazed, in his own words, by the awful slums surrounding the city. While the population of the city was around 1,350,000 to 450,000 lived in the slums. He described the condition of the slum as absolutely dehumanizing.
Situation in the city, and he said maybe we can redeem this youth from this poverty and danger and all the rest. He wanted that to kind of recreate what he had done in Madras city in India.
In his report, McFerran said,
"Any work started by the Don Boscos must have an option for the poor clearly marked. We should be known as men dedicated to the uplift of the poor first and foremost, according to the mind of our founder. Any other works should be taken up later."
Don Bosco Boys Town was a realization of that proposal made by Mark Ferran. Mark Ferran, seen as a man capable of bringing that dream to reality, was then asked to join East African delegation. He joined on 5th April 1984. He was put in charge of the project, and the preferred location was to be Keren.
Well, I had high hopes that we would do something worthwhile there. I thought God had provided us signs. The fact that the Cardinal came forward, very generously providing us a land. We didn't have to struggle over that long while. The way that God sent men who would do the job, like Father McFerran, and then Father Chariot, and Father Thomas Puncha, I think he's still there with you. In this man, I saw the potential to be able to get things started.
Once the location was fixed, Mark Ferran began to work out the details of the project, Don Bosco Boys Town. By giving the title Boys Town, the founders envisioned an institution different from the traditional institutions, whereby the students would play a bigger role in running the institution. According to the original plan, here would be a mother in charge of the boys, would live in family units, perhaps the first family they would ever know.
Many of them were coming from broken families, families that were too poor to be able to provide for them, etc. What they needed was, first of all, an experience of family.
Through a lot of correspondence to funding agencies, we got some money to build the workshops, import the machines, and that's how we started.
first a few workshops, which we turned into dormitories and workshops, chapel. Then gradually the surrounding hostel section was built, also through funding agencies' help.
At the very beginning, it was clarified what kind of boys would be taken to the center. It was agreed together with one of McFerran's collaborators, Cherian, a Salesian brother, that they would take the poorest of the boys provided they are amenable to discipline. In order to make sure that it is not all work and no play, the project was built on 5 basic principles: home and town, basic education program, vocational training, recreation, and God our Father, the Father of our town. The plan was discussed with the Delegate Superior Tony D'Souza, and it was decided that those who failed in Standard 8 would be taken to the school, not forgetting that the target would be the poor, even illiterates, especially young people with problems. The course would be for 3 years, and in the final year would adopt a policy of pay as you earn to help them financially, and even enable them take with them a small saving as they leave the school. The boys' town is to be run with its own mayor and councillors under the guidance of the staff and the Salesians. Thus, the students would be helped to learn and to respect laws so as to become useful and law-abiding citizens of Kenya.
If we get a training here, you're almost sure of getting a job also. That encourages people, because 2 years, in 2 years training, they are not only doing the skill, learning the skills, but they'll learn a lot of other things besides.
It was quite a very great experience to learn in a Don Bosco school, because we were not only trained on skills, but there were a lot of things that were put together in the training, like extracurricular activities. We were taught how to be closer to God and how to improve in our behaviors and how to become good citizens of this country.
Don Bosco helped me to become somebody who has got responsibility, because I can say I have some responsibility to do as a human being, and it's also helped me to be somebody who is not cannot involve in bad activities.
The objective of Don Bosco Boys Town is to provide technical, moral, and total human value formation and education to young men and women to enable them become contributive, honorable citizens of the country. The students usually are of the age brackets 18 and 22, and they come from the very poor and desperate segments of the Kenyan society. The above is achieved through a technical program of 2 years. Because of the desperate and helpless background of the students, the institution follows a different, patient, and flexible approach to suit their learning. In spite of the very insufficient funds, the institution does everything to make this learning more effective. The institution takes pride in doing this because it is in the interest of the poor and the deprived. Don Bosco Boys Town gives training in technical courses, secretarial courses, and computer courses. The technical courses are open to boys and girls of 18 to 22 years. The training lasts for 2 years, after which the trainees receive grade 3 in 2 trades. The trades offered include fitter or turner, masonry, plumbing, tailoring and dressmaking, electrical fitter, welding, motor vehicle mechanic, carpentry, computer applications. However, to be able to achieve self-reliance and sustainability among the students, we ensured that the fee paid can be afforded by all students. This is to meet our overall goal of ensuring that the financially poor benefit from the institution.
After many years, we can see the fruits of this education. Thousands and thousands of otherwise had no hope for their life, now living a very happy, successful life.